Hey guys, what's going on? It's BradPhusion here, and today playing some more Space Invaders, and that looks like a pair of testicles. That is a great way to start an episode. This video is going to be an extremely short one, talking about the update which came out yesterday. It came out when I was sleeping, so I apologize for not getting on it straight away, but I'm able to do it now. Now, some changes in this has been the heavy armor has now been revamped up, and I will show you my comparison like I did in a previous video, but this will be more of an updated version of that. A few other things that have changed as well have been that they've now added chat to multiplayer, so you can press enter to type, and enter yet again to send. Now, they've also added so that you can enable or disable weapons, and this is done when creating a world or when you edit a world settings through the load world option. So that's quite neat because that can stop griefers and allow you to build without worrying about people attacking you or blowing up your stuff. I don't think you can change it in here. This is through F3, but I realized that you can actually access F3 through the players button down here on the pause menu, which gives you the same option, which is cool. I quite like that. So let's go back to the game here. And another thing that they did change was that when you paste an object into the world, you can hold down Control and scroll, and you can paste it further away or closer towards you. And a change that I'm a little bit weird about was that they've actually removed the ladder function from the ladders, as weird as that sounds. Ladders are no longer the ladders right now, and I think that's because maybe the ladders were slightly broken when they first implemented them, or maybe they're still broken now. They've just removed the ladder function, but you can fly within them, and you can, in fact, walk through them like this, which is kind of a cool, gives you kind of neat corridor look, I guess, if that's what you're going for, and you can... You can't actually paste a block on top of that. I think right at the end here I made it so that I could. So let me get rid of this here. No? Still no? There we go. Okay. So you can do it like that if you want some sort of corridor. And that's not too bad. I did prefer them as ladders, but you know, that kind of ruins the obstacle course map I made last time. So let's jump onto the main part here of the heavy armor comparison with the light armor. Now there has been quite a few changes. And before I get into this, I'll go back over to the weight over here. Now, this is interesting because this row here is created from station blocks. Now, what I mean by station blocks is simply when you go here and you spawn a new station as opposed to spawning a large ship. Now, let me show you what I mean by this is weird. So, let me turn my HUD on over here, and I'll get into the cockpit of what was placed down onto a station block to see what my weight would be without any blocks. If I get in it, my mass is 0. Now let me get into a cockpit on top of the light armor station block. My weight is 0. Now I thought this may have been a bug because I didn't realize that I was actually using station blocks at first, so I'm thinking, hang on, heavy armor should at least weigh something. No, heavy armor station blocks do not weigh a thing. Now I feel that's not the case. I feel it's just not reading it because it's actually a station block. If I go over here to where these are by themselves, you can see that, let me get inside the heavy, there you go, there's some mass. Now the mass has not changed between these two blocks since I did the last video, whereas the light armor blocks is about 500 and the heavy armor is about 3000, so there's about 6 times the amount of light armor blocks are equal to 1 of the heavy armor blocks. So let's test out the large blocks for heavy armor. So here I have my little ship here. And this here is starting off with light armor, so we'll fire one rocket into the middle of it, and you guys can see that it penetrated through one layer quite easily and dented the second, but you did not get any penetration on the second layer. Let's go back over here to the heavy armor and just see how much they've actually changed it. So we'll fire one rocket right here. It did not get through the first layer. Now this is interesting. This is cool. Look how small that hole is. That didn't even leave it like much of a dent on like anything. Like it's just so teeny. So we'll fire a second rocket in the exact same place. Which note that would be hard to do in a combat situation. Another rocket. Nothing. Third rocket. Nothing. Fourth rocket. Nothing. Fifth rocket. Nothing. Now I might actually be doing something wrong here. I actually feel I'm shooting through these, maybe. Because that's just taken 5 rockets and done absolutely nothing. So let me see whether or not I've actually gone through here. So I can't pass through myself. Let me shoot a few more rockets at this just to see whether or not I was wrong or not. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I feel I'm doing something wrong, so let me shoot over here first. So there we go, we've got another dent. Actually, I feel that's a bit too off. Let me go for another center block here, so we'll go over here. So there we go, we've got another impact, another impact, another impact. Man, this is taking a beating. You would not get through this, not easily anyway. So I'm just going to town on this, and I've not even really made it to the blue blocks yet. Not even close to the blue blocks. Wow. So you guys can see that these can take an absolute beating before giving away. You can start to see some of the blue blocks pop up now. So let me go over to what is the heavy armor on top of light armor and light armor on top of heavy armor to see what would be more effective. Now I feel that using the, I don't know, it must have gone through on the first shot. It just may have been so minuscule that it was not even noticeable. So we find another rocket in the exact same spot to see whether or not that counts as weakness. Yes, so there we go. If you manage to shoot 2 rockets in the exact same spot, that is the damage output right there. That is actually kind of cool. Now, on seeing that, I'm going to actually delete some of these back walls here just to see whether or not it was the case of me actually getting through or not. So let me delete that. Nothing on the yellow. Not much on the blue either, really. And then the green, you can see that it's slowly got through the green, but not much. So that's only the first layer here. And as you guys can see, that the second rocket clearly punched it through. So let me try, oops, almost bumped my ship. Let me try light armor on top of heavy armor to see how well this will work. You can easily see that light armor's gone in one hit, but to get through your ship, it's 4 rockets right now, 5 rockets, 6 rockets, 7 rockets, 8 rockets, 9 rockets, 10 rockets, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oh my god, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's not getting through. No matter what I've done, that's just not even getting through. That's not even budging it. Not even in the slightest. It seems like the second layer, if the second layer is a heavy armor block, there's no way you're getting through, because that was the same thing over here. Second layer was a heavy armor block and there was no penetration whatsoever. But it seemed like that's the case here. So that is very, very interesting. I think I know why that is, because if you look here, the first layer is completely gone, as you can see. No, that doesn't make any sense. I had a thought in my mind, but yeah, the rockets definitely aren't getting through. My idea was that it was hitting the warped mesh, not actually damaging the block. So let's fire a few more into there before we finish up and go over to the smaller ship. Yeah, there's no way that's getting through there. I don't know why it's not getting through, but that is a very, very interesting change. So now we're going over to the small ship's heavy armor, and let's do a comparison between the weight, and this is where it gets quite funky and quite weird. So here we have a cockpit without any blocks, a cockpit with a small light armor block, and then a heavy armor block. Now let's get these numbers here. So me inside the cockpit weighs 635. That is what you'd probably expect. Now if you go into light armor, you're at 835. So that means that that one small light armor block is 200 kilos. Let's get into the one with the heavy armor block, and it's actually gone down to 755. That means that the heavy armor block weighs 125 kilograms, which is 80 kilograms less than the light armor block. Why? Why is it? Maybe that's a bug. Maybe that's just something that doesn't make any sense, and that's a bug. So if I get in here again, I'll show you 755, and if I get onto the, yeah, it jumps up to 835. So yes, 200, 120. I don't know why. So let's go over here and let's shoot some rockets at these. Now these will probably float away, But we'll at least get a general idea of how it actually stands up to missile fire. So let's come over here, and let's start off with light armor on top of heavy armor. So firing one, light armor's gone away easily, and the heavy armor is resisting quite. Oh, there we go. 4 shots around about to get through that. Let's try it the other way around and see whether or not that actually proves to be more beneficial. Probably not. Right through in 1 shot. Yep, okay, so that's easily gone through. So your best bet right now is to have light armor on top of heavy armor, because that seems to, the light armor seems to take a lot more of the impact before it gets through to the heavy armor. So if you're going to cover your ship, make sure you do it in light armor followed by heavy armor underneath, and not the other way around. So that doesn't seem to work. That is so weird how that works. Look at that. That's a clear difference. Wow. Well, you guys have it. So that there is more effective, and I think that was proven over here as well by having the heavy armor on front was being a lot weaker than having the light armor on front, and I still can't even get through that. Even now, I still can't get through it. So let's move on to the complete. This is light armor here, so we'll see how much this withstands. Let's get out. And it went through to the blue layer, which is the 3rd one in. So it went through 2 layers completely and damaged the 3rd layer. So let's go over to heavy armor and see how resistant heavy armor is, or whether or not this will be the same glitch where it's more dense on the 2nd layer. So let's see how this works out. So there we go, we've gotten to the green, which is the 2nd layer. Can we get through the green layer? Or whether it will do the same thing where it gets stuck. No, there we go, we've made some progress. You can see a little bit of blue there. So it's taken that long to get through. Now the weirdest thing is, the heavy armor is lighter than the light armor, as weird as that sounds. So there you guys go. I've fired a few rockets in there and I can't really get through the 3rd layer. So there you guys have an in-depth look on the heavy armor compared to light armor, small ships versus light ships. So overall, I think this was quite effective, a quite effective method, but considering the extra weight of light armor, you better off just going with 2 layers of heavy armor. That seems to be a lot better than that is anyways in terms of weight. So that's basically it for this update. I think I've covered everything. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.